If your wedding business isn't getting a ton of inquiries right now, I'm here to tell you that you're not alone. But here's the truth. Clients aren't just going to magically find you. You do need to have an effective marketing strategy in place. And the good thing about watching this video is that I'm going to be walking you through some tips that you can implement right now to fix some of these mistakes that you're making. And here's the thing about this. This video is not going to be about quick hacks and quick gimmicks. It's really about effective marketing strategies that you can use in the short term and long term to increase your inquiries and bookings, because ultimately I want to see you doubling your revenue. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to highlight some of the problems and issues that I find a lot of wedding pros are struggling with, and then I'm going to walk you through the solution. I'm not going to hold the solutions until the end of the video. I'm going to present them after each tip. So the first mistake that you might be making in your marketing that's impacting your inquiries is that you're relying only on social media. Here's the thing. I know you enjoy posting on Instagram, or maybe you just enjoy scrolling on Instagram or TikTok or any of the other social media platforms out there. But the thing about this is social media isn't a complete lead generation system. And remember, our goal is to ensure that we're getting the maximum amount of leads possible so you can have an inbox full of inquiries and a booked calendar. And how do you go about doing that? Well, here's the thing. You really do have to implement a more full or complete lead generation system, and that goes beyond social media. That means you do need to implement a lot of different strategies, such as search engine optimization, or SEO. So once you put up your website, and I know a lot of you probably already have your website up, you do need to get it optimized. Having a pretty website does not mean that clients will automatically find you. You do need to ensure that the site is optimized so that people who are searching on a search engine like Google can find your content, and that requires a bit of optimization. Now, I have a couple of videos that dive into this, so definitely check out the channel and look at them. The other thing you need to look at is the different channels that you can market on. For example, your directories. There are so many third-party directories out there that you can use to expand your visibility. Think about Zola, PartySlate, Eventective, Bark.com. There are so many of them, so you need to get visible and get on those platforms. You can also implement a lead generation strategy in terms of email marketing. Look at your website. If you have one of those newsletters where someone can just put in their email address and click submit and join your newsletter, but you don't have a marketing strategy tied to it, that's a lead generation gap. That's something that you're missing that you need to fix. You can also ensure that you're optimizing other places like your Google Business Profile, or on Pinterest, that you're utilizing the Pinterest platform to bring you leads, right? A marketing strategy, at least a lead generation strategy, does need to include multiple components. So I usually encourage every business owner to go beyond social media. Social media is great in that you can see all the pretty pictures and you can get a ton of likes, and that's good, but likes don't equal bookings, right? So you really do need to spend some time looking into the other options available to your business and expand your visibility through them. And if you need help with this, check out some of the tools I'm linking below, such as my free lead generation audit, as well as my directory guide and how to get maximum leads when you're using third-party directories. The second mistake I find a lot of wedding and event pros make is that they have a website, but that website is not optimized and it's not converting. Having a pretty website, I've said this before, is great. I'm glad that you've taken the time to put up that website and you put in the effort. Maybe you're doing it yourself, or maybe you took it even a step further and hired a pro. Now, if you hired a pro, chances are this mistake might not apply to you, but let's say it does. Here's the thing. When people are browsing and looking for vendors and they're researching and they're hopping from website to website, the last thing they need is a website that is confusing. We love it. We humans, right? We love it when everything is clear and to the point. So think about how you navigate the internet, how you browse a website. Ensure that the information on your site is clear, to the point, and that they know exactly what actions to take. Do you have call to actions? Does it show how people can connect with you? Are you highlighting your portfolio and how they can work with you? Review your website and ensure all these pieces are in place, because it's so important to have an optimized website, because confusion means you're going to lose a conversion. Mistake number 3 is that you could not be engaging with your clients. What do I mean by this? A lot of these platforms, especially if you're on social media, you might just go on the platform, you post your content, and you run off and you go and do something else. Because I know you're a busy person. You probably have another job, you have a family, you have friends, you have so many things that you have to pay attention to and take care of. So you might not have a ton of time to spend on social media. But the thing about it is, when you're not engaging with clients on the platform, social media can start to feel kind of like a burial ground. It can be very quiet. So ensure that you're engaging with your clients on the platform. This also goes for if you're on directories. If you're on these paper lead directories like Eventective, ensure that you're responding to leads quickly, that you're being prompt, that you're updating your profile. Same for Google Business Profile. Make sure that you're adding updates to your slide, adding photos after each event. These kind of engagement and interaction shows that you're around, that you're alive, that your business is there. And a lot of these platforms use this to track and measure your engagement and how far they push your content. Here's a quick fix that I want you to implement. If you can spend just 15 to 20 minutes each day engaging on a particular platform or a couple of them, that would be perfect for increasing your reach. So whether that's social media or a directory, spend some time each day where you just go in, respond to comments, respond to your DMs, check out any new leads, respond to those leads, send them a quick welcome email, whatever that is for you. Schedule that time in your calendar so you don't forget it. Mistake number 4 is that I know a lot of wedding pros do not have a lead capture system. Or one of the things that I've actually noticed is that some that do have a lead capture system, it's not an effective system, meaning it's not tied to any kind of nurturing sequence or any other pieces of nurturing content. Here's what I mean by that. Usually when I go to someone's website, especially you wedding pros, and I see a newsletter email sign up, I will often, actually always, enter my email address because I do want to see what that lead generation system is like on the back end. Now, when I enter my email, one of the things that I notice a lot of the times is that nothing happens. I enter my email, I never get an email, I don't get a welcome, nothing happens after that. Now, if this is you, you could be missing out on so many leads, and here's why. When someone enters your email address, that's your consent. They're giving you their contact information to say, yes, I want to learn more about your services. I want to learn more about how you can assist me. And when you take that email address and sit with it and do nothing, what you're doing is literally letting that lead go cold. Now, here's how you're going to fix that. One is that I want you to actually remove those newsletter sign up, remove them completely. Here's why. Those newsletter signups are very generic, and just by having a generic lead capture, you could be missing out on leads because I don't sign up for newsletters unless it's something valuable. I will not sign up for your newsletter, but I will sign up for a piece of content, something that's going to help me solve a problem. So I want you to replace it with an offer and set, whether that's a wedding planning checklist, a venue tour checklist, venue tour questions, whatever that is for your business. Replace it with a free offer that someone can sign up for and download. Then I want you to tie that into an email nurturing sequence. And what that looks like is something where they automatically start receiving emails from you the minute they enter their email address. Now, I know a ton of you are going to be like, Jody, this is a lot, but let me just break it down really quickly. The first thing you want to do is once someone signs up for that free offer, you want to have that first email to them automatically sent, delivering exactly what you just told them they signed up for. Then what you want to do is maybe every day or every other day, you want to send them an email with something leading them to do a conversion, aka booking a consultation with you. So maybe the second email is just you introducing yourself and let them know how you can help them. And then the third email could just be you sharing a problem that one of your clients had and how you worked with them to fix it. That's in their wedding planning, for example. Then the other emails after that is all about highlighting your expertise, highlighting how you assist clients, and highlighting more or less some of the challenges that they might be facing if they're planning a wedding and how you are the solution to that. So think about how you can incorporate your customer testimonials, your customer success stories. All of those can make up your nurture sequence. And one program that I highly recommend for doing this is Flowdesk, which I'm going to link down below because I have a free trial for Flowdesk that you can get as well as a discount. Just click that link below and test it out. Thank me later. And if you have questions, of course, about the email nurture sequence, just drop your questions down below and I'll answer them for you. Maybe I'll even do an additional video to break it down further. Now, the fifth mistake, and I can't believe I even have to add this one to the list, is that you're not following up with your leads. I know You're busy, but here's the thing, your clients are busy too. And as someone who's a business owner and a mom and a wife and a friend and a sister, I know that life can get busy and things can fall off your plate. But you have a ton of tools and resources to ensure that this doesn't happen. Use your calendar, use automations in your CRM. One of the CRMs that I highly recommend, for example, is HoneyBook, or you can also use Planner, and you can set up automations within these programs to send follow-ups and reminders to your leads. So whether it was a client that sent you a DM or someone that sent you an email, whatever that is, I want you to implement a system for following up. Whether you put in place something where you follow up every like 3 days after you send a proposal or a contract, or ensure that you set up something like Boomerang on your email where you can follow up with someone if you haven't responded to an email in 3 days. Whatever that is for you, I want you to take some time and implement this, because sometimes a client or a lead might just go to someone else, not because you're not the best choice for them or not because they wasn't impressed by you, but just because your competitor followed up sooner than you did. Now that I've highlighted some of the things that could be holding you back from getting a ton of inquiries in your inbox, I want you to drop a comment. Is there any mistakes listed on this that you've made, or something else that I might not have mentioned that you've learned over the years or maybe fixed in your business? Now, if you want to go even deeper and you want to look into some mistakes that you might be making that's not on this list, definitely go and check out my free lead generation audit. All you need to do is just enter your business information and you will get a free video audit back from me showing you all the gaps in your business that you could be missing out on leads on and how you can go about fixing them. Now, again, thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button.